What's going on, my peoples? How you guys doing? Man, I missed you. I missed you, but I wanted to make a video. I don't even know why. It's not like I got slaughtered the other day. I got slaughtered. AAPL slaughtered me. I don't care. I mean, I just cut my losses and ran. I was one of those people that sold when the bomb and when Iran sent the missiles. Of course I'm going to. My family's Lebanese. They made it sound like it's all out, immediate, absolute warfare. It's like, it's not funny that there could have been war. It's funny how scared I got. It's like in my blood. And I love America. That's where I'm from. Born and raised, baby. But yeah, once you have that Arabic in your blood, man, the missiles start flying and you guys start getting very concerned very fast. I don't know. It's just in the blood. But Apple, 309.74. I told you guys last week I made an unimaginable prediction that everybody laughed at. You couldn't possibly do that. I said, yeah, I know it's kind of a joke, but watch it happen anyways. And I said 313. I said it would go up to 302. Okay, that didn't happen. It did go to like 301. Then it would correct back down as a head fake in the morning. Scare the shit out of everybody so they buy puts. The people who already own puts would sell their puts. People would buy puts. They'd shake them loose. Bing, bong, boom, reverse. And then fly to 313. And here we are. Now, the amazing call that I had this morning that had nothing to do with you guys was to a friend of mine. I said, man, 100%. Tesla's going to absolutely collapse when it touches this point right here. Now, the reason why I said that is not collapse. Like, I didn't go down $50 or something like that. But let me see. Hold on. I just want to make sure it bounced properly. Sorry, I was making like a happy beat. So check it out. This is why. Do you see that Bollinger Band up there? Like you can see it right there, obviously. I'm just going to point this out really quick. So when you actually take a look at that right there. Boom, right? But this is the thing. It's not just like, oh, it touched a Bollinger Band. How many other times has it touched a Bollinger Band and not done nothing? It just keeps going, right? But this was the thing that I saw this morning. Look. Right here. Going to the Bollinger Bands on the 1 day. Watch this. Touch the Bollinger Bands on the 5 day. Watch this. Touch the Bollinger Bands on the 1 month. The 3 month, which is the 1 month and the 3 month, I have the same settings. I have the settings so that the candles you see, each one of these red and green candles is 1 day. And the Bollinger Band settings are 220. But watch this. The 6 month, each candle's worth a week. The 6 month and the 1 year, each candle's worth a week. Look at this. That's the one that told me, because I already checked the 5 year, and the 5 year, where each candle's worth a month, look at that nonsense. Most ridiculous nonsense I've ever seen. This thing is blown so far out of the top of the Bollinger Bands. I mean, those are a month of just sitting outside of the Bollinger Bands type stuff, which, I mean, that can be what happens, of course, because shorts start freaking out. Like, what's going to happen? But what I'm saying is, so it was the first time I was like, oh my God, all levels are touched. And that's why I said Apple would go to 313. Mind you guys, for you guys that are looking at me and saying, why are you even concerned about these 1 to 2 to 3% moves when their stock's moving 100%? Remember, the options in these are moving 1,000% over the last couple weeks. Like if you were to bet in these directions, you'd be over 1,000% gain easy in many of them. I called Facebook to 217. I said to go to 213 first, but let me show you why. Okay, Apple right here. So now Apple's blasted off so hard. On the 5 year, it's totally the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. This is really, really bad news. The last time Apple was outside of the Bollinger Bands for 3 months in a row was 1, 2, 3. You can see it right here. Matter of fact, here, let's just talk about the last time. This is the 5 year chart. Each candle, one of these candles right here, is worth 1 month. Bollinger Band setting to 220. So 2, period 2. I'm sorry, deviation of 2 and period of 20. Look right here. There's a 3 touch right there. Collapses down right there. Okay, you see that one? Mind you, this is 3 months. This one right here, it spent 2 months out, and then it corrected back in, right? And then it came out 1, but it didn't go like 3 months out, like keep busting out 3 in a row. This one it did. Look at the next one. That's the, wow, that's like, holy crap, boom. Now is there news for it? Of course. But look at this disaster. I don't know, man. I don't like the looks of that one bit. Look at that. Whew. Whew. Middle band sitting at 222. That means that mid-band, this thing is even considered unbelievably expensive right now, man. That's super scary. Now, this is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to fill out into earnings, right? It's going to fill out into earnings, get to that 319. And if it does get there, I think that we may have something crazy happening. Pretty much, I think that what would happen is if it fills out to there and gets that good touch, any kind of bad news will absolutely collapse it, or just the massive drive of volume after earnings. Like if they do decent on earnings and just don't do totally pitiful, I think if a lot of people flood back in because you still have so much money on the sidelines, it's like incredible. A lot of them are flooding back in. Is why this market is dealing with a melt up. So if you see them come back in, that's when you're going to see it come even more, complete that run to like 319 range, 320 range. Let's take a look real quick. This is on the 1 year we're looking at. So that would take it about 319, 320. Now what happens is since a day can go by before it does anything, that might expand to 323. Then you're looking at it going to 323 before it can do that. And its earnings are like a January... let's see, January 27th, so in like 17 days. All right, let's check this out. Facebook. I swear, I wish my boy would just come out and show you guys the text message I sent him. I called all of this, NVIDIA to 245, all this stuff, like every bit of it, every single bit of it. I was like, this is going to here, that's going to there, this going to here, and that's going to there. And here it is right here. And you guys are like, why don't you put it online? Because I taught you guys how to do this. I've been teaching you every day. All right, here we go. Check this out. Look right there. Now, don't lie to me and bullshit me. Look at this. 3 month. It's touching. 1 month and 3 month right there. So you've got till about 219. It's at 218.85 right now. On the 5 day, you got until 219.10, 219.20. On the 1 day, same thing as the 5 day. On the 3 month and the 6 month is where it changes, where it's already touching it. Okay, the 1 year. Same as the 6 month, because remember, they both have a 1 week candle, and the Bollinger's the same, so they're going to be having the same exact marks, but it's the 5 year that's got a little bit of room left, 223, 224, so that could expand to 225, 226. Wow, right? That's where you get some crazy stuff going on. It looks like, and I'm not 100% positive about this, but it looks like on the 5 year, you have what's essentially a rising wedge forming, but, I mean, Facebook could blow out of the top of it. The Dow Jones did. I'll show you that in a second. Remember, these are 1 month candles, so any touch to them is likely to have actually about 4 to 5 touches within the month. So it's more like every 2 touches. So if it's like 2 touches, it's probably more than 10 touches. All right, to these lines. So about approximately 10, maybe less, like 7. All right, so you want 3. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Look at that stunning setup right there, baby. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, that bitch is right there. It is right freaking there, dude. Holy goodness gracious. Look at that. Look at that. Once it comes here, it's going to collide. Oh, my God. Look at that. It's going to collide with the Bollingers at the same time. Boom. You're going to get right. Get that out of the way right in there. You're going to see it come up. It's going to come up and come like this and come through, touch the Bollingers. And if it doesn't maintain the breakout, like bounce off, when it collapses down, it's going to do exactly what it did that one time. Like it might go through earnings and rush up. And everyone's like, bye, it's about to fly, baby. And then it's just going to be like, whoosh. And then if you get a good reversion like that on a Thursday, imagine that Thursday at 2 p.m., it just reverses down like $8 like it did last time. Those puts at that point in time are going to get you about 2,700% in 2 days. Could it happen? Of course it could happen. All it has to do, if they go to 3 to 5 cents and it goes to 50 cents, you're good. You're golden. You got 1,000%. If it does anything worse than that and you get like that dollar, you got 2,000%. So yeah, it's totally reasonable to do something nuts like that. But I'm not asking you to do it. I'm simply saying, hey, if you want a contrarian play that no one else is really talking about right now, where they're laying out what could potentially happen and drawing lines for you, that's a play for you. You'd be looking around 224. When it's at 224 to 226, play the puts for 217.50 on a Thursday to expire Friday. Would that be scary? Yeah, but don't buy a shit ton. Don't buy 100 contracts of it unless you got you're just crazy as shit. But if you buy like 5 contracts, 10, you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe you get that 2,700%. So, I mean, I know we're not even looking at Greeks here. This is just simply playing the ballsy move, that contrarian move. But it could also break out. And this is what I was going to say about that. I saw people like the Dow this, the Dow that. I was like, dude, actually the Dow is about to melt up. I specifically just said that to someone, and I told him it's going to melt up. And then it'll melt up to about, till all the big dogs report, and then it'll collapse down. Now, I could be totally wrong, and I'm just going to look like a dummy. Check this out. See, this is where you have this massive rising wedge. I mean, unbelievable, massive rising wedge. This is the entire Dow Jones, but look at that breakout above it. It had the 1, 2, 3 tries, all of them breaking down. Look at that. Bing, 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 and then finally, boom. And it's above it now. But often these are very tricky, and this is what I mean by it. They lure the people on the sidelines in, like, oh, it's like a rising wedge, and then you break a rising wedge, supposed to be a bearish thing. So a lot of people are like, oh, it broke above the rising wedge. It's not bearish anymore. It's bullish. People are like, let's jump on it. Let's get bullish, and then it melts up, exactly like you're seeing here. And then they get it like, whoop, and then it just goes like this, boom. It collapses as if it's going to come back down and use this as support. But what happens is it goes like this, and right on that midline, right there, it'll come like this. And people are like, okay, it's going to bounce back up. It doesn't. It breaks it. And once it breaks down, sometimes this is where you get those 1,000-point drops, because now people are like, oh, my God. Like people that bought in at the peak, they immediately sell because they just came off the sidelines, and they're not about to watch their money disappear. They're like, hell no, cut my losses quick. So they'll get that down 3 to 5%, and then selling begets selling begets selling. You might get a decent 10 to 15%, which, hey, we could use that. Anyone playing options in that direction, they're going to get that 1,000, 2,000% per week. I mean, 2,000 times 1,000, that's 20,000. Do it one more time, that's 200,000. If you have the cojones to do it one more time, you're going to be like Brian KK up in this bitch. You're going to turn $2 into $972,000 in like 16 weeks. Fucking Brian KK, that dude is ape shit. Love that guy. Love that guy. So anyways, that's just some stuff I want to talk about, the bigger picture, and why you see like the Iran stuff, and then it goes down and futures drop, and then everybody comes and buys it. It's because there are a lot of people on the sidelines. I think there was something like a couple $1 trillion still in cash on the sidelines of a lot of wealthy investors that didn't jump in for most of that. But I don't like when the president of the United States start asking how your 409k is doing, which he meant to say 401k. Let's see. Trump, let's see if it, let's just see. We go to Apple News here. Trump 409k. Let's do a search on that. Jesus, why is this thing going so slow? It's being very laggy. Oh, that's nasty. You see that? They say Iran shot it down. I saw that. Here, let's look at it. Look at this. I'm sure you guys already saw this. CNN fake news, baby. But check this out, man. You see that rocket go. It's pretty devastating stuff, man. All right, come on, let's go. I don't care. Right here, get right there. Look at that. See it? Boom. That's bad, dude. That's bad. Boom. Look at that. Holy shit. They shot a surface-to-air missile and hit it. Ugh. That's awful, man. That's awful. A lot of Iranians died. Canadians died. Ugh, so bad. So bad. Very, very, very sad. And what a disaster in Australia, man. 500 million to 1 billion animals murdered by fire. Not murdered by us, but by fire. Killed them all. Just slaughtered them. But, of course, there is a way to come in here, and then you could do a 409k. You do 409k. And then you do that. See, Trump, and Trump points to stock market gains. How are your 409ks doing? And, right here is Trump's tweet. It says right there, in a tweet Thursday morning, the president pointed to the Dow approaching another all-time high, tweeting stock market at all-time high. How are your 409ks doing? 70%, 80%, 90% up? Only 50% up. What are you doing wrong? And so there's a concern there. There's a concern there because when the president of the United States, that's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I hope Boeing collapses, dude. Just collapse. Just collapse already. I bought some puts on Boeing. Let's see what happens. I bought the 320 puts expiring next week on Friday. We'll see what happens. But hey, I love you guys. I just wanted to get with you, talk stuff about stocks, get in there like I usually do, and catch up with some people because I do miss you guys. I miss actually the conversations I used to have with a lot of the people that followed me, those deeper conversations and the love shown. And so this is my way to just stop in and say hi, say, this is what I'm up to, this is what I'm thinking, and if it pans out, it pans out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I love you guys. Peace.